Hey guys, in this video I wanted to go over my 2-week Mayhem race character. Got him up to level 99. It is a dual wield Sunder Gladiator guy. Very straightforward character, and kind of the reason I'm making this is it right now would be a pretty top tier choice to start off with in 3.0. I mean, it's honestly a very solid character all the way around. Probably can do all content in the game if you scaled it up enough, but general mapping, this is a shape tier 12, pretty much no problem. Double damage mods or 2 mods that kind of hinder your damage, enfeeble or whatever, extra life, you're really not going to notice too much of a penalty, damage taken, or the amount that you do. So clear speed's decent, not the greatest, but it is just Sunder, so you probably could scale this character up to do all content in the game. Guardian Shaper or whatever, you could go crit if you scaled it up, stuff like that. So overall, pretty happy with this character. There's some things that make Sunder as good as it is. One is dual wielding it, the way it works, and some of the gem choices you can use. So I'll go over all of that. So first, Sunder, we are linked to melee fizz and added fire, and the strongest gem here, Conk Effect. So the way Conk Effect works with Sunder is that the on-death kill explosions from Sunder are what's getting area penalized, not your actual Sunder animation, graphic, whatever. The girth and length of your Sunder is not penalized for using Conk Effect, which is insane. Multi-strike, melee fizz as our last 2 gems, but like I said, Conk Effect, basically you're getting it for free, and it's like the strongest gem in the game for raw damage, 54% more damage at level 20, so probably the biggest reason why Sunder is ridiculous, and paired with the Gladiator Ascendancy is it's going to carry your AoE with the bleed explosions. So the way dual wielding works with Sunder is it only swings with your main hand, so offhands, shields, whatever, offhands are stat sticks. So in this case I'm using Tempestuous Steel. You could use Prismatic Eclipse or the Princess, both are really good as well. Princess is like 1 alchemy orb, and it does basically the same thing this does, just has a little bit of a damage taken drawback. So the weapon penetration with elemental resistances and hits can't be evaded are local, so they're not affecting your main hand at all. But the physical attack damage added as lightning and fire are being applied to your main hand, so this is a great offhand, probably the best, or Prismatic Eclipse the best, kind of depends. You guess Prismatic Eclipse offers some defense as well, it gives like 8 block and global attack speed, so it's pretty comparable, so whichever is good. Don't think I have one lying around here, but so yeah, that's how dual wield works with Sunder basically, and those are your choices. One other thing, for your jewelry, for damage, you're going to want flat on all your jewelry. Basically it's going to carry a lot of your DPS, so just like life, flat, 2 most important, then try to get your resistances. This isn't even a great one-hander that I had. You could use Soul Taker or something, which isn't even that good. I mean, rare one-handed axe is going to be insane. Gloves, attack speed, life, resistances. You know, if you could get flat, that'd be great. So I'm using Belly of the Beast plus Comes Roots. Comes Roots is insane. If you didn't know, you can't be stunned. Temp Chain's immune. Shield Ground immune. It's pretty ridiculous. So Belly of the Beast plus Comes Roots gives me a fuck ton of life, as you can see. 8,500, and I still have pretty good DPS. I mean, I kind of memed it up by getting some extra life nodes, but Belt of the Deceiver, very, very good belt. So the way it works is enemies are intimidated. I think a lot of players don't understand that it's basically mobs are taking 10% more damage, which, you know, kind of means basically that you're doing 10% more damage. So there's basically no belt a character like this can use that is going to give the damage that Belt of the Deceiver gives. Sorry. You know, like flash charges gain, blah blah, other nice mods that rare belts can get. You can argue those for sure, but raw damage output, Belt of the Deceiver, it's super cheap, easy to get, and reduced damage from crits is really nice. Helm, just get like some life, resist Helm. There's not really a reason to use any unique. Here's my shitty axe. There's like 300, just over 300 DPS. Yeah. So, flash choices. Lion's Roar, probably the best. I didn't get a Taste of Hate. One didn't drop, couldn't get one. That Taste of Hate would probably be your second best. Then at Series Promise and Wise Out Glass, which offers some defense, which is kind of hard to measure up if your resistances were balanced like mine were, which I don't even know how I did that, but I was able to do it. So, Assault Flask with Curse Immunity, you want something there, and then you could use Onslaught if you want. Bleed removal on my Life Flask, so Seething of Sanshing is probably ideal. So, Ascendancy stuff, Outmatch and Outlast, and Gratuitous Violence. Doesn't really matter which one you take first, kind of your preference. Both are really good. Gratuitous is a lot better on the AoE clear, but Frenzy Charge, gain, and more physical damage and reduced physical damage taken while you're at max charges is fucking great. The Endurance charges on kill aren't going to ever apply. You have to manually cast Enduring Cry or run like a Red Dream or something, Red Nightmare, if you want to have those charges generated automatically. Your last two, Pain Forged and Versatile Combatant, makes you insanely tanky, just raw mitigation, lots of block for free. Skill tree, pretty much go straight to Cleaving and Resolute Technique. Some life in there as you feel you need it. You're going to go over to the Ranger as the last part of your tree, and Silent Life Wheel up there as well. I took it a lot earlier than I probably needed to, but if you want to play safer, Sunder has plenty of damage. But like I said, some of those Ranger damage nodes are some of the strongest in the game. A little bit of Frenzy Charge, they're decent DPS because most nodes for a character like this, because it's not crit, nothing scaling significantly, most of your damage nodes aren't going to give you very much damage, so it becomes kind of tricky to squeeze out every little bit that you can from jewels, blah blah blah, and decent-ish damage nodes. Druidic Rite, really good, that's where I'm getting my Flash Charge stuff, so I don't have to use a rare belt. My auras here, so I have to go over those. Ash, Hatred, Arctic Armor, Enlighten. You don't really need to run 3 auras, but I had the opportunity to, so I did it. I'd say Hatred top priority, Arctic Armor second. You probably drop Ash. I didn't. Like, I ran Ash Hatred for most of it, but Arctic Armor is too good. It's pretty insane. Highly recommend just playing Arctic Armor unless you really want to go kind of yellow or whatever. I ran Vulgrace, you don't need to, but the dodge paired with like Gladiator's raw block gives you a insane amount of mitigation with this much life. You basically can't die, honestly. If you notice, I'm not using any Chaos Res either, so that's not even like a thing to worry about. I know a lot of people usually worry about that kind of stuff. Enduring Cry and then casting damage taken and Feeble. You could go like vulnerability on hit on gloves or something, or LE weakness on hit if you could, but it's usually pretty big money if you got it, but it would scale up your damage a lot. Try to get your resist on your helmet, your rings, your gloves. As you're using, you're not going to get any resist from your boots because comes roots. Anything else I missed? I don't know. I don't remember how much life percent this character has. It's like 230 or something, 240% on the tree, which is pretty insane. And you're not crit, so you have so many. You're gonna feel the luxury of pretty much being able to spend your points wherever you want. But very solid character. Probably can do all content in the game if you scaled it up. But for mapping and for early starter, this is definitely top tier choice for sure, especially for melee. And that's pretty much all I've been playing for a while now. 3.0, great character to start with, highly recommend unless it gets nerfed, but as of right now, this is, I think, I would go as far as just saying this character is insane. It's so solid. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, fun video games and stuff.